Following the death of George Floyd, a black man in police custody in Minneapolis, Central Oregon law enforcement have posted their responses on social media. And those responses include how their departments handle arrests and other interactions. The City of Bend Police Department shared details about their trainings on Monday through Facebook. Bend PD says one of the trainings officers undergo is crisis intervention training in partnership with Deschutes County Behavioral Health. It says about 77% of the department has completed the training. In addition, the police department started their diversity, equity, and inclusion group last October with a goal of increasing understanding, building trust, and promoting respect with diverse community members. The Redmond Police Department also shared their training policies on social media. I met with Lieutenant Aaron Wells to learn more about the specific trainings Redmond police officers are required to go through.
All told, I'd say it's about 18 months where you're being monitored regularly on probation prior to being on your own.
After officers are hired, Lieutenant Wells says they must complete 20 weeks of police academy, 17 weeks of an in-house program, and 18 months of probation. They then have regular trainings throughout the year, including crisis intervention and implicit bias and bias-based training. Lieutenant Wells says in addition to those trainings, they take time to review how they respond to previous incidents.
Every year we have our own department training. As well as we do, which people may not know, is we do debrief incidents regularly ourselves. So we look at several of the things we do on a regular basis and try and ensure that those things are done ethically and that we made the right decisions at those times.
Lieutenant Wells says an officer's goal is to keep members of the community safe and, of course, themselves.
It's geared toward teaching officers how to best use their voice, which is probably our best tool, if anything, is to be able to talk to people. And to make people at ease in dealing with this.
I asked Lieutenant Wells if he thinks the scenarios they go through in their trainings reflect real-life situations.
Part of it is going to be your policy, so things that we have to know as being an officer here at the Redmond Police Department. The other part of those, though, we do look at real-life events. So we'll take different things that have been handed down from the courts and also from different real-life situations.
I also asked him whether how officers respond to an incident depends on the person's physical build and whether that determines use of force. He says it depends on what that person is doing rather than the difference in their size.
If your actions determine that there needs to be a greater level of involvement from us, then we're going to probably take those steps.
Lieutenant Wells says they had 31,000 calls last year, and less than 1% resulted in force.
Having that perspective as a person of color, I feel like I'm on this opposite side where it's like, well, I'm a person of color and I'm a cop, and we spend lots of time just trying to help people.
He says good communication is key to resolving conflict, and that includes listening to all sides.
So I think that's part of it. I think also as law enforcement, we have to do more to show that we're people too, regardless of the uniform. We live in these communities, we're part of these communities, and I think that we have unique experiences to share with them also.
The Deschutes County Sheriff's Office also posted their response on Friday, saying, quote, "The video clip of George Floyd taking his last breath while officers swore to protect him and others did nothing is nothing less than horrific to watch and difficult to comprehend." Reporting in Redmond, Rio Pinella, News Channel 21.